congratulations to Yannick for another very good and solid performance. I think mentally he deserved a big credit for hanging in there in the tough moments when the whole stadium was cheering, and it was set points down, and he managed to find some really good shots. So he showed why he's number one in the world. It was just too solid for me tonight.
This is what I was most impressed with by Sinner in his match against Djokovic. Sinner was largely the better player. He's just a little bit faster, a little bit quicker to the ball, a little bit more power on his ground strokes than Djokovic at this point in their careers. But Djokovic is such a tough competitor, and he's always able to strike so much fear in his opponents due to his history and his legacy of always being a tough out, always coming back and finding ways to win matches. So Sinner feels like he's playing really good, but Djokovic is right there. And the second set and third set, he continues to have opportunities to come back. For example, Sinner's serving for the second set, Djokovic comes back and breaks him. He has more set points later on in the third set. These are moments where you feel like you're the younger player, you're number one ranked. This guy who's nearly retired, he should finally give up. He should finally pass on, but he just keeps coming back. And it's very easy to get in your head about all those Grand Slams and all those championships that he's won. But Sinner, especially this time around, he seemed to just have this confidence, this assuredness that he was the better player and he had the ability and he was going to win that match. So break point down, under pressure, close set, whatever the circumstance, he was just able to take it in stride and with a certain amount of calmness and assuredness about his game. He didn't panic about Djokovic's legacy or his consistency or the shots he could come up with big moments. He simply focused on his own game, and he had the confidence in himself that he'd be able to execute and pull it out. So that's what I was most impressed with by Sinner for the match. He played great as usual, and it's just remarkable how consistent he's been able to be over the past 14, 16 months or whatever. And that's what he trusted on in those big moments. He trusted his serve, his ground stroke game. He had confidence that his instincts and his abilities would lead him to do the right things. On a side note, I'm glad Djokovic got so much support from the crowd. I was talking with a lot of my friends about this match, and I feel like growing up, not a lot of people would root for Djokovic. They'd root for Federer, Murray, Nadal, Wawrinka, anyone else. There was kind of this stigma of rooting against Djokovic. But I think now with people getting older and time going on, and they realize players are retiring, and they're appreciating the greatness that Djokovic and other members of the Big Three have provided, they're not taking it for granted anymore. They're very grateful and appreciative and in awe of the things that Djokovic is able to do on court. I've heard a lot of people rooting for him to win his 25th major, and that he's still receiving a lot of support even against the younger crowd. So I'm glad after all of Djokovic's hard years, contributions to the tour, he's finally getting the crowd love and admiration that has been so well deserved, and I'm glad he got to feel that in his latest French Open semifinal.